Yo, welcome to Spectator Sporting. I'm Zach Roach along with my partner, Mr. Adi Wiley. Once again, we got two special guests in the building to talk about college football drafts. Mr. J Knight and Mr. Akeem is in the building. Thank y'all once again for being with us today. Make sure y'all go on YouTube, subscribe to the Spectator Sporting page, leave a comment. We will comment back. And if we talking about any of these college players, if we forget somebody, let us know and we'll go into it. There's no doubt about it. So we talked about quarterbacks the last show. Now we're finna talk about the other offensive position besides the quarterback. Okay, so you can only be a quarterback. To be a great quarterback, you gotta have a good O-line, you gotta have a decent running back, you gotta have receivers, you gotta have a team. If you want Trevor Lawrence to be number one, Jacksonville has to make sure they fill that team around him. So let's start with probably the best position in the draft this year. Maybe we agree, maybe you don't. I'm gonna start with you, Akeem. The wide receiver position. It seems like it's very loaded. Wide receiver. And if you're an NFL team looking for a wide receiver, this may be the year you need to go ahead and grab him. What you think about this wide receiver class?
Absolutely. If you're looking for a wide receiver, this is the meat market for the draft class. There are plenty of them. We got Chase from LSU, Devontae Smith, the Bama kid, Waddle. The kid from Carolina, also Kadarius Toney, he's a phenomenal athlete as well. And I'll give you guys my top 5 shortly, but this is going to be a meat market for wide receiver. It may be as many as 5 or 6 in the first round, and they are all dynamic in their special way.
Absolutely. So out of those, before you get the top 5, who you was a GM and it was your pick and your team need a wide receiver, who you taking?
Oh, I'm going Jamar Chase. If I need to, he is phenomenal. Everything he does is A1. Think about it. Last year for LSU, he had 9 catches with 200 yards against Clemson, against AJ Terrell, who was a first-round draft pick.
Yeah.
And guess what? And if you look at every pass that he caught there was great coverage. He was just that much better. So he was the number 1 receiver on a team last year that had Justin Jefferson. He is that special. And he's actually, if I had to give a comparison of a player, he's like a more athletic, faster Darius Bryant, Antoine Bolden. He's like 6'1", 200 pounds. Wow. Yeah. So he's big. So he is, you can throw it to him in the slot, you can put him outside, you can put him in the backfield if you want to. I mean, it's a lot of things you can do with him. And there's a lot of uniqueness with this particular draft class. There's not really any big guys, really, but there are a lot of unique guys.
Absolutely, yeah. The wide receiver class is very big. J Knight, talk about this wide receiver class. Is it going to be dynamic?
I think this has the chance to be the best class since 1996.
Ooh.
And that was a legendary class.
Who was in that draft? Go ahead, explain to us who was in that 96.
So, that 96 class, let me take a look at my notes. That had, third round was T.I.M.E. That's the,
wow.
That's the head of the class. Now, number 1 pick was, throw me the damn ball, Keyshawn Johnson.
Yeah.
Elite. Number 7 pick was Terry Glenn. Yeah. Elite. And then you look at Marvin Harrison, Hall of Famer. Eddie Kinnison, Mushi Muhammad, Joe Cell Phone Horn. So that was a great class with a lot of great players. If you add up just with those guys, total with catches and yards, there's no class better. Not even with Jerry Rice and Al Toon in that great class. So when I look at this class, the start of the class, Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
He was the best. He's been the best receiver in college football the last 2 years. He was better than any. He was the best receiver in 2019. He didn't play last year. He opted out. He was still the best receiver in college football. Didn't play it down. He's 6'1", 200 pounds, runs a 4.3. Elite, a prospect. He can win at the line of scrimmage. Yeah. He's an elite route runner, instinctual. He can go get it. You're not going to catch him once he gets the ball. If he has a step on you, great receiver. Bengals, if you're listening, one of my Ohio teams, I'm from Columbus, pick him up so him and Joe Burrow can keep the show going. Jalen Waddle, he's almost 1B, but he's number 2. Jalen Waddle, at 5'10", 185 pounds, he runs a 4.3. He wins at the line of scrimmage. He's aggressive. He can win he can make you make progress with your team and help you win in the special teams game, returning kicks, returning punts. He's dynamic. He can catch it on a slant and go get it. He can run a dig. He can run every route. He has great feet. Heisman Trophy winners, number 3, Devontae Smith. Incredible athlete, battles for the ball. He goes up and gets the ball. If you look at some of these contested catches he makes, incredible. Athletic, can go get it. He just wants it more than your DB wants it more at times. And once he catches it in space, he's quick as a hiccup. The only knock I have on him is at 170 pounds
Small
and
guy.
at 6'1", can he be your number 1 receiver? Does it play off the line of scrimmage? A couple other receivers I'll talk about real quick. Kadarius Toney. I wasn't sold on him at first. I thought he was a gimmick. When I started watching him, he's 5'11", 190 pounds, runs a 4.4. But he reminds me of Percy Harvin. I think he's the best receiver to come out of Florida since Percy Harvin.
That's nice.
He can run bubble screens, he can run reverses, but he can run routes. He's a route runner. He's going to get you those tough yards. If he catches it on 3rd and 11 and he's 2 yards short, he's going to get that first down. He's going to run through that DB. He's going to make people miss. He's going to get yards. He has that swagger and attitude that great football players need. The next guy is Rondale Moore. He didn't play all last year, but Rondale Moore to me at 5'9", 180, running a 4.3 dynamic. He's strong as hell. My friend Byron Perkins played with him at Purdue.
Yeah.
I've seen the videos of him squatting to over 600 pounds. I've seen his bench press.
Wow.
He is strong. He is compact. He runs routes. He gets everything you want. He can be the heart of it. He might not be a number 1 receiver, but he can be the heart and soul of the receiving core. And he reminds me of Julian Edelman 2.0, actually 2.5. He's much better than that physically. And a couple other receivers, Rashard Bateman, people overlook. He's 6'2", 210. He only runs a 4.5, but he's smooth, runs great routes, great hands. He's going to be that guy on 3rd and 11. You can throw him the ball. He's going to run a great route. He's going to get you the first down. A little bit like Michael Irvin. And a couple other receivers just real quick. Terrence Marshall, he's 6'4", 200.
He's decent. I like
He's smooth. He's not going to wow you with his athletic ability. He's not going to kill you. He was the 3rd best receiver on a great historic LSU offense with Joe Burrow, but he can make plays down the field. Elijah Moore, explosive 5'9" receiver out of Ole Miss who can make plays as well. And I think Akeem was talking about Diaz Newsome as well. That's one guy I really love out of North Carolina. Smooth, dynamic. The guy gets first downs. You get him the ball in space, you need a first down. Sam Howell looked great because of this guy last year.
So both of y'all top 3, I mean, it's pretty much the same. It's Jamar, Waddle, and Devontae Smith.
No, I'm never agreeing with him. Absolutely not. No. Actually, my top 3. I'll give you my top. I'll give you my list right here. Jamar Chase. Actually, no. I'll go from 6 to 1. Terrence Marshall at 6. I think he's 6'3", 6'4", 200 pounds. He played inside, played outside. He can do everything. Kadarius Toney. He's not a receiver. He's a weapon.
Right.
He's not the best route runner, but when he gets the ball, start the man up. Fight song's coming on.
Yeah. Tyreek Hill.
4, exactly. 4, and this is gonna be a little bit similar to Kadarius Toney. 4 is Jalen Waddle.
Oh, he's close to Tyreek Hill.
So, with receivers, smaller receivers, you look at how they decelerate and accelerate. So when they're one-on-one in the slot, can you get in and out of breaks? And when you get out of breaks, can you accelerate? He can do it with the best of them. And also the return guy, he's a weapon. 3, North Carolina kid, Deontay Brown.
Oh, yeah, Brown over Newsome?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Solid route running. Hey, great top end. He was about 6'1", 200 pounds. Ran in the low 4.4s, and he had acceleration. When you look at Odell Beckham, everyone knows what Odell Beckham is. When he runs the end route, he catches the ball, he keeps going, he accelerates. This guy had the same trait. And 2 and 1, Devontae Smith and Jamar Chase, we pretty much know what those guys, what their capabilities are. And Devontae Smith has the frame to carry at least 190 pounds.
But he was in Bama for 4 years and still 170.
Well, he need to get a method of nutritionist. Hey, that bonus, you can get one hell of a nutritionist with that first round bonus there, that bonus money.
Tupac said, how do you survive being 175?
AJ, choke sandwiches. But yeah, I just think that those individuals, especially Kadarius Toney, I mean, he's a weapon.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you're right. I mean, this receiving class is loaded. Give me Give me. What's your thoughts on this receiving class? Who you like in this receiving class?
Oh, well, Jay Knight, you know what I'm saying? He covered a couple of guys. I like the guy, the Ole Miss slot receiver, Elijah Moore.
Yeah,
he has that 4.33 40. He led the nation in receiving yards a game. He's going to be blowing by nickelbacks and safeties all day.
Yes.
And then you also talked about Rashad Bateman from Minnesota. He's 6'2".
Yeah.
Like you say, he's not very fast, but he knows how to find the holes in the zone coverage. And he can get over. He has a knack to getting open in man-to-man coverage. I rarely saw him drop the ball. And so now there's several teams that need a wide receiver. You got Detroit Lions that lost Kenny Galladay. The boy went to the Giants.
Galladay.
Yeah, Kenny Galladay. And Marvin Jones, they lost him too. He's gone.
No receivers.
Jalen Hurts, he needs some weapons. So where's my man Alshon Jeffrey? He gone, right?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Alshon's stealing money, man.
Jackson going. I'm like,
Yeah, so they need some receivers. You also have the Patriots. They got Nelson Aguilar, but there's not much. They got some tight ends. They got Jonathan Smith. They got Hunter Henry, but they need some receivers for Cam Newton. And then, isn't it about time that the Green Bay Packers got a wide receiver in the first round? I think Elijah Moore would be a nice pickup for them, late first round pick. So it's a bunch of in the Bears. You know, we got who? We got Robinson. He's on the franchise tag. Is he going to re-sign after next year? You want to get somebody else to, just in case he leaves us after next season. So it's a lot of teams.
Yeah.
and I think the Bears. So talking about receivers, you were talking about Elijah. I think that's somebody the Bears need in the third round who can be a great complement to Allen Robinson, and you can scheme him open, running through the slot. The thing is, they have Anthony Miller,
Yep.
so do they go outside, get Des Newsome, do they get a Brown, or maybe somebody could be a sleeper like a Say Shirt?
Yeah.
You know, you never know.
Yeah.
I know.
Mooney was a good pickup for the Bears.
Mooney, that was
He's
still in the
number
fifth
two.
round. That was still in the
Yeah.
fifth round.
He might be a number 2 wide receiver.
I'm just thinking that if you're in the first 3 rounds, if I'm picking somebody, I'm expecting you to play. I'm expecting you to start. They should focus more on the line versus the skill. I mean, you have Miller, you have Robinson, you have.
You sure
Coleman.
Miller? Are we sure we're gonna bring
Well,
Miller
you got
back?
Mooney and you got Robinson.
Are we sure we're
Yeah.
gonna bring Miller back? Are we
Yeah.
sure?
If you bring him back, you gotta have a guy that's gonna fall to you because I don't know when the Bears pick in the second round, the guy that I listed may not be there.
They're gonna be gone.
One guy though we didn't talk about, I think can make an impact. Oklahoma State receiver is Tylen Wallace.
Yeah.
6 feet, 185. The guy can make plays, runs a 4.5, silky smooth receiver, but he is physical and tough. He can go get the ball. Once again, you need somebody to play opposite of Allen Robinson, and you want Miller to be in a slot to keep progressing. I think this is the guy that can step in the next year or two and still be and start for your team and not be expected to be your number one, but can still make plays.
Yeah. So yeah, the Bears can definitely use a receiver. You brought up Detroit. They just traded for Jared Goff. You want to go try to get him a receiver. So it is a lot of teams out
Golf is awful, by the way.
Yeah.
No. He's golful.
He is golful. He is terrible.
That's a mix.
We go-
God awful, golful.
We're gonna see. Well, he don't have McVay there no more to protect him. So we're gonna see what he really is. Let's talk about the running backs. This running back class I'm not super high on, but it is a couple decent ones out there, right? Jay Knight, what's up with this running back class?
So I think the head of the class, Clifford Etienne, and one of the reasons I don't like coaches like Dabo Sweeney, this man should be in the backfield with the Chiefs. He should be playing the Super Bowl last year. He's a dynamic running back, athletic, compact, 5'10", 205. He's fast, can catch the ball. Once again, I'm a Buckeye fan. I saw him kill my Buckeyes a couple years ago in the college playoffs. Catch them all in the backfield, and he came back because Dabo Sweeney said he needed to learn to catch the ball. But he can do it all. He's a guy that if you're going to get a running back in the first round, yeah, it's either him or Najee Harris. Najee Harris,
I like him. Yeah.
6'2", 230, physical, Jim Brown-esque, can catch the ball, can run you over. At first, he was a tippy-toe bandit, tippy-toe burglar, where he was running through the hole and not really putting his shoulder down. But as he progressed, and as he started to get bigger and more mature, he started to run through tackles, started to run people over, and I think he could be a dynamic running back. 2 guys, the Carolina guys, they kind of switched their second or third round. Michael Carter, Devontae Williams, Thunder and Lightning. You know, I watched them light up the U for 600 and 60-something yards combined.
Wow.
So
Yeah, it's crazy.
and I don't know.
They're still running right now.
They're still running crazy.
I don't know how the hell you run for two guys can run for over 250 each or 200 each, but they were
It's
dynamic.
video game.
Can't do that on Madden actually.
Two sleepers I will talk about. Once again, y'all know I'm a Buckeye homer, so I like Trey Sermon, how he came on towards the end of the year.
Sermon was really good. Like
He's not gonna wire you with speed, but I think he can be a backup. He can be a change of pace back in the 14. Shovel Hubbard, he would have been a top running back if he came out 2 years ago. The guy is electric from out of Canada. An import from Canada, athletic, dynamic. He was hurt this past season, but he's a 4.3 guy, long speed, and I think he can make plays for a team.
Yeah. And Adi, same question to you. What's up with the running backs in this draft? How do you like them?
Well, yeah. Once again, Jay Knight, Chuba Herbert. He was my favorite running back to evaluate in this draft.
He was like, ooh.
That guy is exciting. He's running 60, 70, 80-yard rushing touchdowns, 4.3, 6 speed. He's going to be very electric out the backfield, catching screen passes. Nice receiver out the backfield. He doesn't have a lot of power, but he's quick, he's fast. He's going to be fabulous. And then Trey Sermon, I mean, how can you miss this guy? I mean, in Northwestern and against Clemson, he just killed them guys. He was running over people. He did run a 4, 5, 7 40 time at his pro day, so he's going to slip because of that. He's not much of a receiver out the backfield. So I think he'll slip to like 3rd or 4th round in the draft, but I think he'll be like a good change of pace. He's going to be a still in the draft. I like him. Yeah. He shakes off tackles, stiff arms, and everything.
Who the best running back in this draft?
The best running back, the Alabama boy.
Najee Harris?
Yeah. I take him. I take him all day. And so Harris, that's my free guy because he can catch the ball in the backfield. He can do it all. He's a 3-down back. Okay.
Yep.
And so I'm looking at some squads that definitely need a running back. The New York Jets, that whole Le'Veon Bell experience did not work out.
Yeah.
They
Didn't go too good.
the oldest running back in the world last year was Frank Gore back there.
He's still good.
He's still
great.
He's
He's still okay.
Frank Gore sang the Isley Brothers. He was on that versus. You see him?
He's been running the ball a long time.
He was doing his thing, but
I heard he was one of the Pips.
Yeah, he's been on payroll for quite a while.
Yeah, they need to help out Wilson. I guess the Jets gonna take Wilson, so they need to get some young blood back there for them.
Absolutely.
Wait a minute. So Frank Gore, in next year he can go to the 20th year Miami reunion if they won a championship. He's still in the league.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's what you said. That's crazy. That's crazy.
He didn't retire. I haven't heard about a
Shout out
retirement.
Frank Gore, man.
Yeah, he got salute grade man for real.
Yeah,
Like that's incredible. Especially playing running back. Running back what?
He might lose the ball running.
3 years,
4
4
years.
Yeah.
That's it, and it's over.
And so, but it's a couple other teams like the Arizona Cardinals. They lost Kenyon Drake.
Yeah.
He went to the Raiders. They need to help out Kyler Murray. Also, the Miami Dolphins. They had this guy Myles Gaskin was their lead back.
I like Gaskins. I think the Steelers. I think the Jets will take a running back, and I think the Steelers will take running backs. Those will take those top two. Everybody else is trying to, I think, get in where you fit in.
Chargers.
It depends on what you currently have at running back. So I got Najee Harris number 1, but long term, I think ETN will be better. ETN is what I used this word earlier, a weapon. Mm-hmm. So weapons, you look at Kamara, McCaffrey, Cook. ETN falls right in that category.
Okay.
I mean, he can run the ball. You can throw it to him little short screens. He can get out and spread out wide and run routes. He's a weapon. So you can't play him like a normal running back. So over the long term, he'll be better. But as of right now, Najee Harris, mostly Alabama running back, they come in and be pretty productive.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got Ingram, Henry's
been a monster. He's been, oh my goodness.
T.J. Yeldon was in the league for a little bit. He's still in the league. Who else?
Mark Ingram was good.
Oh, that's 4 right there. So they're good. And then the Carolina, I think the guy Carter, he's a slasher. I'm gonna always go with slasher over the power guy. I think you can do a little bit more.
But I think Williams is more of a
power guy.
Nick Chubb guy though.
Yeah.
Well, Nick Chubb, that's a hell of a compliment.
Yeah, Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
Nick Chubb is a good running back.
And Trey Sermon, I mean, the fact is that here's the one benefit for Trey Sermon. There's not much film on him. So he hasn't had that many carries. I mean, he had the Northwestern game. I'm still mad about that. With Clemson game, the Alabama game, he hurt his shoulder. But 4, 5, 7, I don't need one. If a running back runs 4.3, great. If you run 4.5, it's not the end of the world.
But remember, he started at Oklahoma until he got hurt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. He definitely was a key factor in Ohio State down the stretch last year, and him hurting his shoulder in the Alabama game, that was a big. But he was huge in that Clemson game. He was just as good as Justin Fields coming down the stretch for them.
Oh yeah,
There was no question.
And Chuba Hubbard, who plays defense in the Pac-12?
Big 12.
I mean, yeah, Big 12, same, whatever. They don't play defense in the Pac-12 either.
I don't think nobody plays defense
Who
the
plays
way.
defense? Like Oklahoma State, they have the scoreboard and like they're just so dynamic. And I mean, their receiver, I don't think he'll pan out, but Chuba Hubbard. When I look at Oklahoma State, I was thinking them playing against Baylor, and this is a track meet. Just first to not the 50,
Hey, dog.
60.
Hey, first of all, the coach is a man. He's 40, and he has a damn mullet. So first of all, put some respect on anybody from Oklahoma State. He's a man. Like me, I'm 40.
Yeah.
So King, we talked about the running backs. Is there a tight end out there you like? Is there a tight end you're looking at?
The tight end in this draft class, he's special. He is a man amongst boys. Kyle Pitts from the University of Florida.
Absolutely. He's gonna be
He is the queen of the chessboard. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Like the unique thing about him is, what was he? 6'5", 6'6",
6'6", 239.
230. We'll say 240, run a 4.4. So the thing with that is, all right, he looks like he can put on 10 more pounds, right? But when you look at him play, you say, looks like he run a 4.4, 4.5, or something like that. Then you go look at the numbers. That checks out. He's all of that. He is the best player in the draft. Yeah. Like whoever gets him, and I hope it's somebody that knows how to use a person of that caliber of talent. He's gonna be special.
He's like GOAT style.
Yeah. I mean, he is. I just hopefully he's not a workout warrior, which he's not. It adds up on the field. I'm thinking of Vernon Davis. Maybe better.
Ooh. That's a pretty, because Vernon Davis had some really good years with San Francisco.
Well, I'm thinking about the Carolina Panthers when you say who ends up with him. I mean, I think
with DJ Moore,
yeah,
McCaffrey.
Yeah. I think the Carolina Panthers that'd be a perfect fit. That'd be
I don't think he gets that. Hold on. I don't think he gets that far.
They get 8 picks.
So
if he can get to 8.
Now, if I'm Cincinnati, once these quarterbacks fall off the board, now do I get this lineman?
They go get that LSU boy, his friend. They go get his boy.
Chase, you going with Chase?
They go get his boy.
A certain pick.
He's saying draft Sam Darnold in your fantasy draft. Is what he just said. Y'all didn't catch that, did you?
He's a fantasy GM guy.
That's what you said.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, as I'm thinking about here, now if you screw up in the top 10, you screw up on this pick, it's a resume generating event. If you mess up on this and you miss out on Kyle Pitts, you'll be fired. They'll put you on the street. If I'm Cincinnati,
Well, you skipping Atlanta. Like if Atlanta keeps
Atlanta just shopping that pick. I mean, Atlanta.
They are trying to trade down.
Hey, you're picking number 4 for a reason because you suck.
Atlanta's gonna trade with Denver and give him the okie doke, go banana tailpipe.
Yeah, if you're picking at 4, you're picking at 4 for a reason because you have a lot of needs. They trade out of that pick.
Yeah, whoever trades up for that pick is getting a quarterback.
Yeah,
that's because they got number 4.
Then that means your boy Pitts, then he drops down to 5.
I think that's going to be a draft day trade because they're going to see who goes at 3. And whoever goes at 3, that's where Atlanta, their phone's going to be ringing off the hook. So, okay, say if they wanted, hypothetically, say if Wilson goes to, Jones goes to 3. That's when the phone,
for Fields,
do you really want Fields? Go get him.
Go get him.
But here's the thing: Pitts is a Pro Bowl tight end waiting to happen, and he's already the 4th best tight end in the NFL.
Is he a tight end?
Yeah, he's Travis Kelce. I mean, he's very similar. Weller, very similar. Tight ends today don't have to block. There was an old school tight ends we grew up with having to block. This ain't Mark Bavaro. This ain't Tecmo Bowl where you get vertical, you run corner routes, you can be centerpiece of an offense. And he could be a centerpiece of an offense. If he goes to the right offense, where he's in number 1A, there's a number 1 receiver and he's number 1A, it makes it dynamic. Think about what the Cowboys did with the triplets. I mean, imagine if he was there instead of Jay Novacek.
Oh my goodness.
Cowboys would never lose.
Actually, I think this guy is a little bit different. I think he is so dynamic you can put him on the side by himself. You go be X.
And you isolate him, he's too big for a DB.
Like Kelsey.
He's too fast for a linebacker, and he's going to outmuscle safety. Think about this. So here's the last thing I'll say. Think about when New England played Seattle in the Super Bowl. They put out on Cam Chancellor, who's a All-Pro and maybe even Hall of Fame safety.
Yeah.
They put Gronk out and let Gronk work one-on-one. This guy is faster, more athletic, and better than Gronk. I mean, he's a Tony Gonzalez type. He's better than Antonio Gates. He's up there with Kelsey. I mean, he's up there with any athletic, fast guy you want to put up there as a tight end. And that's why you want to get somebody like this, because he could be a Pro Bowl tight end for the next decade plus.
So y'all got Pat Fryermuth as the number 2 Penn State guy. He's number 2 on y'all list.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's number 2. Pitts is number 1. He's number 1
Yeah,
guy.
to put a bow tie on Pitts.
Yeah.
Why do you guys think quarterbacks like throwing to bigger tight ends?
Bigger target.
The margin for error is bigger.
That's yeah.
Yeah, the ball doesn't have to be perfect. You can put the ball in the stadium. He's gonna go get it.
And I agree with you. Fryermuth, I like him. He's not elite athletically, but he's a good blocker. He's a good receiver. He can get in the pass game. He doesn't have to be a dominant receiver. One of the 2 other guys I like, Brevin Jordan.
Mary Burke.
I mean, he's athletic. He is two tiers below Pitts. But if he gets a little bit faster, I mean, he might be a Pro Bowl tight end. He can do it all. I like Long is right ahead of him, but I like Tommy Tremble from Notre Dame. The things I saw him blocking, the safety, what I saw him in that Notre Dame offense, he's more dynamic than people thought he was. In that 6'4", 250, he can still make plays against linebackers and still get you yards.
Yeah, well, Brevin Jordan, he was the shortest tight end that I looked at in this draft. I mean, he's like 6'2" and a half. I think he may slip because of that. But he did have he jumped the broad jump. He did 9 foot 8 inches, was pretty impressive. Yep. But I think he may slip because of that height.
Well, I mean, he did the Morris Day wore platform shoes in my combine. He was 6'3". Well, I agree with you.
6'2" and a half.
He's a smaller dude. So he like this little dude's a tight end. Oh, hey.
I see him jumping over people in there.
With people like that, you can put a man like he may turn into a fullback. Who knows? 6'2", that size, that weight, put a few more pounds on.
Take H-back.
Maybe an H-back. It depends on what kind of offense he's in. So it's not the end of the world for him.
Yeah.
So with the tight end position, it's pretty top heavy for the most part. It's not a lot.
Got Hunter Long from Boston College.
But Kyle Pitts, really, long as they know what they're doing, that's pretty much the one guy you can look at and be like, okay, I don't care where he goes, he's your starting tight end. That's it. Let's go.
He's the best player. Like, so if you're a team and you're looking like, okay, we need to draft, like, I'll use Atlanta for example. If they don't trade that pick, they're going to look to themselves and say, all right, we need talent.
Let's just get him. Forget it.
Let's get him. We'll figure it out. We'll put him, Julio, and Ridley, and
exactly make it happen.
And we'll make it happen. Like we need
Julio Jones,
Roddy, Ricky, and Mike. You know what I'm saying?
That's gonna be nuts. There's no question. Let's talk about talk about the offensive linemen this year in this draft. This is a pretty good. This might be the second best position in this draft behind wide receiver is the offensive lineman. So this is a good year. Maybe you can find your offensive lineman. A lot of teams need a left tackle. I mean, Jay Knight said it earlier. I mean, these defensive ends and linebackers, outside linebackers are running 4-3, 4-4. It's crazy right now, so you need that offensive line. But talk about some of the offensive linemen that's coming in this draft this year in 2021.
Yeah, well, when I think about the offensive line, I think about the Las Vegas Raiders. Okay, they traded their right tackle Trent Brown to New England, and they traded their offensive guard Gabe Jackson to Seattle. So at the number 17 pick, they should be looking at the offensive tackle from Virginia Tech, Christian Darrisaw. He can be there looking at him. He's a very powerful guy. He's quick. He has a quick burst off the snap, powerful run blocker, 3-year starter at Virginia Tech. Or they can go with the best highly rated guard, number 1 rated guard in this draft, USC, Elijah Vera Tucker. They can go with him. John Gruden loves to run the ball, loves play action, so they'd be perfect fits for him. And then also you got the Golden Domer, the offensive tackle Liam Eichenberg. This guy, he's very good at pass blocking. He should be a late first round, early second round pick. He merits edge rushers pretty well. Pass blocking is his strength. And Notre Dame has been a factory for offensive linemen.
No question. Yep,
Absolutely.
This guy, I think he'll be pretty good. A nice pick in late first round, early second round pick. Then also the Ohio State Buckeye, Wyatt Davis. This guy, he was very intelligent, very powerful guy. Opened up some running lanes for Trey Sermon. Did some nice inside pass blocking for Justin Fields up there at Ohio State. He'll be a nice pick too. And then you got the Atlanta Falcons. They lost Alex Mack, their center, to San Francisco. And Russell Wilson has been doing a lot of complaining about his offensive line. And maybe Ethan Posick, their starting center, he looks like the weakest link over there. So then you got Alabama's. You got the guy Dickerson. So he can be available for them for Seattle or Atlanta later in the draft. But he did tear his ACL in the SEC championship game, so he slipped because of that. Now you do have Creed Humphrey. He should be the first center off the board in this draft. The guy is savvy, he's tough, he's quick, and he's been a wrestler since he was 4 years old. Right? The man, you know he got some moves, right? And so I'm also looking at the New York Giants. They lost their starting guard, Kevin Zeitler. He went to the Ravens. They need a right tackle. The Minnesota Vikings, they lost Riley Ridley. Their left tackle, they lost him to the Cincinnati Bengals. So I think those fan bases, the Vikings and Giants fans, if they don't take the best offensive lineman available in the first round, they're going to be pissed. They're going to be booing their ass off, all right? So the Vikings and the Giants, they need to take an offensive lineman in the first round. You got Danny Dimes with the Giants, Kirk Cousins. You know Kirk Cousins gets some pressure on the Bears fans. We've seen this guy.
First
as soon as you
Ball like a lawn chair.
Yeah,
Right.
that man is going to
First Cousins.
He's going to panic. He's just going to collapse, okay? And then also the Bears. I would be kind of happy. Oklahoma State's Tevin Jenkins. He's a very violent offensive tackle. If he came to the Bears with the number 20 pick, I'd be happy with him. Or Eichenberg. I'll take him on the Bears. So we lost Bobby Massey.
Is that the most important position for the Bears to find? Becoming this offseason besides the quarterback?
We lost Bobby Massey. Okay, we got Jermaine Ifedi, and we signed some guy from the Broncos who, but yeah, I would say, and then you got Charles Miller Jr. on the left tackle. So I would say offensive tackle, I would love for the Bears to take an offensive tackle with that number 20 pick. Like you said, it's a very good draft to get offensive lineman. Go ahead and get him.
Bears need a GM.
Jesus.
For one. And the Bears need an identity, right? So, as you mentioned offensive tackle, I think they should go more interior. You need a mauler, you need a guard. Like the Bears, they don't have an identity. Like what is their identity?
Well, when
is it finesse? Is it? You want to do swing screens all day? What do you want to do?
It depends who's calling plays. So when Bill Lazor called the plays, it was running the ball to play action. With Matt Nagy, we don't know.
We need to.
Well, certain teams, and certain teams. We're talking about the elite teams like the Green Bays, the Tampa Bays, and also the teams in the AFC. Those teams have an identity. Now the Bears, they don't have an identity. Now, if the Bears decide to go O-line, depending on what particular O-lineman, like for example Wyatt Davis, he's a mauler. Mm-hmm. You put him in the phone booth, he's going to blow whoever it is off the ball. Okay, that's the direction that we want to go. So us fans, we understand the direction that they want to go. So they have to do some real soul search. They need to have a come to Jesus moment internally before the draft.
So thinking about that, so three linemen I think the Bears should look at. I think they're diverse. You got Trey Smith. He's a former tackle, athletic, played great versus Bama, so he can play against elite competition. He has an injury history, but he competes. With Wyatt Davis, he's a mauler, so I understand that. Quick twitch, mauler. Well, his dad was in the program. He's Alvin Mack, so you know what? I'm still gonna take Alvin Mack's dad, son. Another guy, Alex Leatherwood. So he can play tackle, he can play guard, but I think the Bears need diverse players who can play either position. And later in the draft, one guy I look at offensive tackle, guy that I mentioned, a guy named Josh Meyer from Ohio State. I think he's the third center in the draft. Physical, athletic, strong. He can play guard or center, so he's diverse. He can play three positions in the middle, but he can play all three. And with Landon Dickerson taken from Bama, with Creed Humphrey taken, I think he's a guy that he'll still be a 10-year NFL pro. So those are three guys that the Bears can get in the second, third, fourth round, fifth round, whenever they decide to get one or two offensive linemen that'll help their run game and pass protection as well.
Absolutely. So, King, give me your top lineman in this. Like, who you looking? What lineman are you
I
looking
think
at?
Jay Knight pretty much stole my list. I think we know who the elite two are at the top.
Yeah.
Rashawn, fellow Wildcat. He is the.
Still your list?
Hey, he is the unique thing with Rashawn from Northwestern. 6'3", about 305, 315, running 4.840, checks all the boxes, but he can play every position on the line. And he's going to have a 10-year NFL career, period.
Absolutely.
Period. Now, when you come down to year 2 and year 3 and down the line, you can move him inside if you need to. You can move him outside if you need to. He can play any position. Now, the kid from Oregon, the only thing that concerns me, when I think of offensive tackles, I think of offensive tackles as tight end didn't work out for you. You're athletic. You look like a basketball player. We put 50 or 60 pounds on you. You're a tackle now. You got good feet. I get a little nervous about him, but hey, he gets his hands on you. He can maul you. I mean, he has the physical attributes of being the elite tackle. Now, other than that, I mean, Leatherwood from Alabama, they have the other lineman as well. They have two, I believe.
Dixon,
yeah. They're good. The thing with Alabama guys, have they reached their ceiling when they get to the league? Every player that comes from Alabama, they're good in that system, and it's a phenomenal system. Have they reached their ceiling when they get to that league? When they get to the league, that's the concern.
So offensive lineman for the Bears. I know we need an offensive line. There's no question about it. It's a lot of teams that need an offensive lineman. So Jay Knight, you named out a couple ones that could be available for the Bears. You also did as well.
Also, when we look at these linemen, there is such thing as drafting too high for a lineman. Like the Bears at 17. If you look at a lineman that's rated,
The Bears at 20.
Bears at 20,
Yeah.
even better. If you look at a lineman, can we get him at 40? So my fear is that the Bears will get caught drafting too high. Like they may address the lineman, but you can also trade out that for more picks if you think you're going to get this particular lineman at 40, right? Have to think about that.
Tough.
Yeah, I mean, like Liam Eichenberg, they say he might fall to the second round, but I don't think he's gonna fall too deep.
But Notre Dame, as you said, I like your thought on Notre Dame because there's Tommy Kramer. I think Notre Dame linemen have been developed better than most. Like Bama does a great job, but Notre Dame offensive linemen have, they've done a great job. Like Nelson of
He was an animal. He's a freaking animal. I don't know what planet he came from, but he's an animal.
I mean, the Bears center from Notre Dame. I mean, once they finally decided to put him in the game.
There you go.
Yeah, so we'll see, man. Hopefully the Bears, but I want the Bears to get offensive linemen. I want them to get back tough and just run the football and play strong defense, and we'll figure this quarterback position out maybe 1 century. But I want to thank Jay Knight and Akeem once again. Thanks for being guest of y'all.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, y'all brought a lot of knowledge to the show. There's no question. Y'all definitely know the college, and I'm glad we had y'all on the show. Much appreciated.
Marcus was not lying.
Yeah, Marcus, yeah, shout out to Coach. Shout out to Coach. Yeah, he told us. He was right. I gotta give him props. He be on the show sometimes. You gotta check him out. But man, once again, thank you. Shout out to my partner, Mr. Adi Wiley. I'm Zach Roach. You watching Spectator Sporting. Make sure hit that bell. Go ahead and subscribe to that page. Leave a comment. Y'all heard all the players we talked about. If we missed somebody, let us know. But in the meantime, in between time, we out. Peace.
Peace.